And welcome. Very, very important concept. You must take a break when you're studying. Please remember, tell your children, your grandchildren, sometimes we get into the groove. I want to study flat out. You say, I'm going to study. The weekend is coming. I want to study a whole Saturday, a whole Sunday. Or this afternoon, I want to study for 3 hours flat or study for 5 hours flat. Yes, sometimes we get motivated. You need to study 5 hours flat, but you're being counterproductive. Remember the brain is an engine. The brain needs three things, as what I mentioned before. Always remember, brain needs water, it needs sugar, it needs oxygen. So if you're not going to keep on supplying your brain, if you're working for an hour, remember, think of your brain as a motor car with a petrol tank. The petrol tank is getting empty. So you're studying for an hour, your petrol tank is full. As you're studying, the petrol tank is getting lower and lower. And after an hour, your petrol tank is you're actually sitting on reserve. So after an hour, you mustn't study for more than an hour. Research studies show that you study for 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Don't study more than that. Always keep a watch in front of you. Always keep a watch in front of you to say, okay, how many minutes I'm going to study? So you say, I'm going to study for 50 minutes, then I'm going to stop. You must take a break. Please, man, sir, please listen to what I'm telling you. You're going to assume that you're doing well. But you work on reserve tank. You work on reserve tank because your brain needs more water. It needs more sugar. It needs a break. It needs a mental break. Then you're going to come back and be strong again. So please remember, don't study for more than 45 or 50 minutes. Please. So I'll tell you what the research shows. And then please remember, tell your children, tell your grandchildren, tell your pupils in school, please take a break. The break is very, very critical. So research shows that taking deliberate or purposeful breaks, the break can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes it can even be 60 minutes. Sometimes you need a long break. Say, for example, it's an afternoon, it's a Saturday afternoon, and you're studying the whole morning. And then your friends have come over and you're having a braai. No problem. Have a braai for an hour, 60 minutes, no problem. Then you get back to work again. So sometimes if the circumstance, I'll ask for it, have that 60-minute break. Then you'll come back. You'll be more invigorated. But please remember to have the break. So anywhere between 5 to 60 minutes. So remember, always keep a watch in front of you. I'm old-fashioned. I know the Gen Z, you guys, you're youth. You'll use cell phones and everything. Me, I use my old clock. I like to see numbers. If I don't see numbers like this, I freak out. So I've got to see numbers. Me, I'm old-fashioned. I like to see numbers, right? So look, like in this case, I'm only going to talk to you for 10 minutes, right? So I'm going to remind myself that I'm only going to talk to you for 10 minutes, right? So I keep reminding myself, 10 minutes, then I close my mouth, right? So research shows that taking deliberate breaks anywhere from 5 to 60 minutes from studying to refresh your brain. You've got to refresh your brain in your body. It increases your energy. It increases your productivity. And it increases your ability to focus. So that break that you take is not a waste of time. You're actually being more efficient. If you're not going to take a break, then you're actually wasting your time. So keep in mind, but please remember, social media, it does not give you a mental break. Some people think, okay, let me go quickly, let me check up my social media. No, that's not a mental break, because social media is involving your brain. So don't think that I'm going to pick up my cell phone and I'm having a break. Please keep away from social media. So when you're having that break, do something that affects your body, because now you need your brain to be at rest. So improve your body. Go for exercise. I'll go through it list. Okay. So some of the energy breaks, you need to go reconnect with nature. If you're staying by the park or you're staying by a lake, go for a quick walk. Go for a jog around the park. Connect with nature. Go into your garden. Do some gardening. Play with the fish in the garden. Play with the birds in the garden. Or play with something to do with nature. Play with your pet dog or your kitten. So play with something to do with nature. First point. Second point, meditate. And for Muslims, we do zikr. So meditate, recite Darud Sharif, meditate, think, sit down on a quiet area of the room, just meditate. That means calm your brain down. Say, right, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Third, take a walk. Walking is very important. Increases the oxygenation to the brain. Fourth, take a 15 or 20 minute power nap. This, I love this one. So you must take a power nap of 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Just put your head down. Put your head down. And what I love in my own personal life, I use an iPad. I must have an iPad. Without an iPad, I can't sleep, because I can't sleep with light in my eyes. So I take an iPad. I've got a double iPad. So I got an iPad that's one. That's a ready-made one that you can buy at any shop. This one you get free from the airlines. So this iPad here, I use this one here. So I put this one iPad here. One iPad, but one iPad is not enough. So this iPad here, I've made it myself. I stitch it myself. Take any piece of cloth, put two elastic cables on it. So over that iPad, I put another iPad like this. So I've got a double iPad. So in this one here, there's no light. No light is coming into my brain. So for 15-20 minutes, very quickly, even if you have difficulty falling asleep at night, and look at my program, the next program, I'll give you tips on how to fall asleep. But you must have this iPad. So for the 15-20 minutes, you close your eyes. Because remember, your eyelids are transparent. If you close your eyes, light can still shine in. So that's why I like to keep my eyes closed, because I've got migraine, I've got a stroke. But even if you don't have a medical problem, always keep an iPad. So always keep next to this. I keep it with me, next to me all the time. Have one next to your bedside. I keep one in my bag. I keep one in my medicine bag. I keep one in my travel journeys. This is something. Make about 10 of these. Just get 3, 4, 5 of these. Keep it in different places so you don't have to go around looking for it, right? Then if you want to, if you take a break, take a shower. Take a shower, quick shower, then you get back to studying again. Practice deep breathing, and I'll go through a whole program, deep breathing. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe in through the nose, hold, breathe out, hold, breathe in. Because sometimes when you're sitting at a desk, you're not breathing in properly. You got to open your lungs out, breathe in, right? So do breathing exercise. Daydream. So you got to take away from your desk, sit down, just chill out, just daydream, whatever it is. Daydream about your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whoever. Daydream about your mother-in-law. So daydream about whoever you want. Daydream about the president. Daydream about the king. Daydream about the horse you wanted, or about the holiday you wanted to go to. Daydream about a cruise, whatever daydream about. Tidy up your workspace. Very important. When you take a break, clean up your room quickly. Because a neat room, your brain becomes more organized. Clean everything out. Make your bed right. Clean your desk out. Take a Mr. Mint spray or something. Clean. You get a beautiful fragrance. On a fragrance in your room, spray some perfume. So you get a beautiful fragrance. On this oud or some of these beautiful fragrances that you get, right? Then tidy up, play some music. If you love music, switch on, put on some headphones, because now you need to give your brain a mental break. So play beautiful music. Do some stretching exercises. Very important, because you've been sitting on your chair all the time. Excuse me. Do some stretching exercise. Your neck, your back, everything. Stretch everything. Phone a friend. Phone your best friend. Have a nice laugh. Have a giggle. Say, look, I'm busy studying. I'm just phoning you 5 minutes. How's everything going? Give me the latest news. Laugh a bit. When you're laughing, your endorphins are flowing. When your endorphins are flowing, you can come back reinvigorated to study again. Or if you love to draw, express it. Take a piece of paper and start drawing. And I keep a coloring book next to me all the time. And I keep crossword puzzles. So when I take a break, I start taking a coloring pen and I start coloring. Because I do that with my grandchildren. So when they're not here, I have my coloring books and I start coloring. Even though they're not here, I pretend they're here with me. I'm doing my coloring. Or if you want to, then you do some artistic drawing. And then I do crosswords. I love crosswords and Sudoku. Play your Japanese Sudoku. I love Sudoku and I love crosswords. So keep doing mental stimulation. So you're giving your brain all the opportunity to be at maximum focus. So deep breathing, pause, muscle relaxation, meditation, and change of scenery. Go out for a walk, jump up, come back, and you continue studying. That's the first way of taking a break. The second way of taking a break is you change the subject. So let us say you have to study anatomy, physiology, biology, and zoology. So instead of studying anatomy for 3 hours, you study anatomy for 45 minutes. Then you change to zoology. Then you change to botany. Then you change to physiology. Then you change to pharmacology. So when you have the break, you have 5 different textbooks. So first you study one textbook, then you have a break, you study another textbook. The minute you change the subject, the brain is active again. You say, oh, okay, this is something new now. Because the brain likes something curiosity. If you're just going to study anatomy for 5 hours, anatomy, and the brain gets tired, it gets a headache. So sometimes you change the subject and you go into a totally different subject. You do a hard subject with an easy subject. That means you do maths and science and you break it with history and English. Or language, English and Afrikaans, you do maths and science, English and Afrikaans. Then you do biology and zoology, then you do a bit of history. So you got to chop and change. Okay, so remember, take that break. It'll be the best thing you ever do. Stay well, look after yourself, and all the best for your exams. And if you follow these techniques, I have no doubt that you will pass. Keep yourself positive. Tell yourself, yes, I can do it, and I will pass the exam, and I will succeed in life. Stay well, look after yourself, and always pray and look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.